Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Figures Fight podcast. This is episode 2. My guest today is Jeff Hardy. Yes, it's Jeff Hardy. Don't mind the noise in the back. We've got some stuff going on outside the office. But Hardy, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Joe, my bad. I can't speak on these things. But again, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Oh, it is an honor to be here. It truly is. Stone Cold. I listened to the podcast with Cody Rhodes, last episode, and I would like to be questioned. That's why we're here, aren't we? But yeah, it's a pleasure to be here, and I cannot wait to get this show started.
Alright, let's get it started here with this first question. I know recently we just got done wrapping up with the filming of the second episode of Valor, WFW Valor, where you did your contract signing with Brock Lesnar, and in your guys' ambulance match. I know that contract signing did not go well with you during the actual show itself, where you would put through the table at the end. You weren't expecting it to be Brock, and I know before all of this you were saying how you were ready for anyone. Now, when you saw Brock come out, were you a little scared?
I'm gonna be real with you here, Stone Cold. When I saw Brock Lesnar come out, I was not expecting that. I was shocked, and like you said, I was actually a little scared. I'm willing to say that, because it's not just anyone. It's not Shawn Spears. It's not AJ Styles. I'll fight AJ Styles, but Brock Lesnar is a different breed of human. He is this monster of a man, and in an ambulance match, I don't know how I will fare in that situation where he can do whatever he wants to me, basically. But, well, you already know how that went since you've seen the Rust 4 pay-per-view itself. But I think we put on a good match there, and I was happy with it. I was actually pretty happy with it. But during that moment on Valor, I was not expecting Brock Lesnar to come out.
Me neither. I was not expecting Lesnar. When the color guard said they had Plan C ready, I was like, who's it gonna be? I did not know they knew Lesnar at all. I didn't know they actually knew him or were friends with him. Like, I thought they had never talked to him in their entire life. Now, speaking of the color guard, I have a question for you. It all started with Mac Black, but we never actually got a reason for why you and Mac Black were brawling on that. I believe it was the Go Home show to Royal Reckoning. We never actually got a reason. Could you explain that to us right now?
Yes. I might be portrayed as the bad guy on TV, but in real life, I do respect the color guard and Brock Lesnar. I do respect them for their work in the industry, but that day, it got personal backstage with all this drama and all, and I just they might be small, but they're mighty, I will say that, and they got a mouth on them. They can get a little riled up. I think that's what happened. I think somebody had a few little too many drinks or something like that, because they had catering back there, and they brought us some stuff, and we're like 21 and older, ha ha ha. But for real though, I think he had something, and it just all started there, and we just got off to a bad start, I believe, and that's how we ended up here. So yeah.
Now, I have a question for you. Where do you see yourself in the future of WFW? Where do you want to be? I know everybody wants to be on top, but where exactly do you want to be within the next year or two or so? Or would you like to be national champion or something like that? I don't really know. I'm asking you.
Great question. I would actually want to be the national champion. I would love to be world champion, but I was already world champion way back in WWE and in TNA, but those didn't go so well. Hopefully, if I do become world champion, though, it'll change here in this company, but I would actually love to go for the national championship. This hardcore stuff, I know I've been doing a lot of it here in WFW with the feud between the color guard, Brock Lesnar, and me, and it ended at Wrestle War, but this hardcore stuff is just taking a toll on my body, which is why I wouldn't really want to go for the hardcore championship, since that always has to be defended in a stipulation match. If no stipulation is added, blah blah blah, it has to be hardcore or something like that. But I would love to go for the national championship. It is a title that I have adored since it was announced, and I saw it backstage. It was a beautiful title, and I would love to hold that one day. And the winner of the Leo Skies and Roman Reigns match at Wrestle War, which I gotta say was an amazing match, probably better than me and Brock's match, to be honest with you, but I would love to face him for the championship at Cash in the Case. I'm putting out my challenge now. Cash in the Case, I'm challenging you, friend. I'm challenging you. I'm just joking. It probably wouldn't happen, but I would love to do that. I really would.
Wow. I would love to commentate on that match. That sounds like an amazing match. But I am wondering, Jeff, with all the stuff going on and all, do you think, like you just said, this hardcore stuff is taking a toll on your body, do you think that you will be able to stay in WFW for long? Do you think you'll have to retire? Like, are you going to retire here? Like, what are you thinking? What are you thinking about that whole situation?
I've thought about it a few times, and I know we have a small roster here. It's not that big, and eventually it's going to get repetitive, but like, I love it here. It's amazing, and I know I'm going to stay here. I'm going to retire here. You know, after all the stuff I've been through, you know, with heck, WWE, TNA, AEW, heck, we'll even mention the rivals on this thing, GCW and WSC. Danny Meltzer's got his FAW stuff. I believe I was on there a couple of times, but yeah, this, when I was the leader of Judgment Day and GCW, all that stuff was in the past, and I am now here. I am in this company, and I'm gonna stay in this company until I retire. This is my new home. I love it here, and I don't think I'll ever leave. Hopefully we'll get some new men added to the roster. I'd love to face Cody Rhodes, the man you talked to last time. That would be an amazing person to face. Heck, even Bray Wyatt, you know, do some spooky stuff like that. I would love to do that.
I totally agree. Now, saw Cash in the Case pay-per-view, and like I asked Cody last episode, what did you think of the pay-per-view? Spoilers, guys. He was on the pay-per-view. He did fight for a championship. That's all I'm gonna say. And I think it was a pretty good match, to be honest. It wasn't the best match on the card, I will say, because obviously that was the Cash in the Case match itself. But yeah, I did think you guys had a really good match. What did you think?
Man, when I got out there, it was tough. It was hard. It hurt like heck, but at that point, I was doing it for the fans. I gave them a run for their money, you know? They didn't think I would do it, and I almost got there. I almost did it. That was a crazy match. Just by this little bit, I could have done it. Just, when that ref almost got the 3, I was just like overwhelmed with joy and happiness, and then he kicked out. That match was amazing. I don't care if people call it kind of a finisher fest, but like, I love finisher fest. They are like finisher mania. That's what I like to call it. But yes, I did love that match. It was maybe my favorite match I've done in this company so far. I loved it. What did you think about it?
Like I said, I did love the match. It was a great match, and I would like to thank you for coming on my show tonight and being here for this entire show. I want to thank you and the fans for coming and listening to us.
No, thank you. Thank you for having me. I would love to come back sometime. And thank you guys all for having me. Good night.